Hi, everyone. Thanks again for joining us for another episode of the Daily Bislink. Jane Cebrynski is back, and it's also Mental Health Awareness Month. So today we're diving into the important conversation around mental health. We're talking about enhancing your mental health by minimizing the noise. So Jane, thanks for being here.
Thanks so much, Lindsay. Happy Thursday. All right, tradition. Give me a 10 moment.
My 10 moment, I don't know. I experience 10 moments every single day. I think that's one of the beautiful things about practicing that. But
Yes.
The one I'm super excited about is it's Mother's Day weekend, super fun, very exciting. So happy early Mother's Day to all my friends and family members out there. But I get to spend it with my mom, which I think is extra special. So that's my upcoming 10 moment.
That is beautiful. And happy Mother's Day to you too.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, so one of the reasons why I wanted to have this conversation is because mental health awareness is this month. And so we're seeing lots of ads and commercials, and everything that's been coming across my desk over the last couple of days has been focused on different strategies and techniques to help our mental health and awareness. And of course, that's a big part of what we coach in every single day. So I just thought I'd have a little conversation about it and, share some tips and strategies to maybe help us kind of get out of our mind.
Agreed. So yeah, even if you're not personally struggling with it, you probably know somebody else that is. Earlier this week, we had Stacey Mallon on where she shared some startling statistics about what's happening to our youth and adolescents that are continuing to struggle with this. So whether it's you, your kids, your friends, I think there's going to be some great tips that Jane has to offer today.
Well, what I also find really fascinating is that, we do a lot of work with professional athletes, collegiate athletes, and I'm reading a book right now called Inner Excellence. And it is written by a coach that focuses on professional athletes. And, they share the same struggles and challenges that we do, the same that the youth do. And that's what I think is really important is that, it might not be you today, it could be you tomorrow, but we all face a little bit of, that noise or that stinking thinking, I like to call it, that can really affect our performance or create some limiting beliefs that really hold us back from being our truest and best selves.
Well, and for those that are looking to do a deep dive, Jane, I know you mentioned there is this awesome book that may be worthwhile to check out. Would you mind telling our audience what that one is?
Yeah, it's called Inner Excellence, written by Jim Murphy. And I'm just, I'm a couple of chapters in, but, it's just one of the things that we talk about, and one of the things he talks about is, those inner critics, those the monkey mind that we have, and how do we still that so that we can be more present and in the moment. And of course, as a yoga instructor, what I love is that everything that's been coming across my desk and everything that I've been reading starts first and foremost with the breath. And that is just such a simple strategy and a simple technique right then and there, that if you are feeling anxious or angry or you're feeling depressed, just by being intentionally aware of your breath and really engaging in a full inhale and exhale, you can start to minimize that. It also minimizes the noise in our minds. The breath really allows us to get out of our head and get into the present moment. So that's just one very simple strategy right there. And we all have it, and it's free. I consider it to be one of the best free health cares that we've got is the breath. But also practicing being aware of your thoughts and being able to differentiate between what I call that stinking thinking. Do those thoughts really serve me? Is it that inner critic telling me that I'm not capable? Or is it the monkey mind that is projecting all over the place? I kind of call that one, Chicken Little. The sky is falling, the sky is falling. We often spend a lot of our time thinking about the past or projecting into the future, and we really miss being in that present moment. And so becoming aware and then really challenging those thoughts to go, okay, is that true? Does that thought really serve me right now? Or just engaging in the breath to come back to the present moment if you notice that you're kind of scattered or all over the place.
So curious, what would be your challenge of the week for our listeners?
I think first and foremost is start to pay attention to those thoughts and notice how often my yoga mentor used to call it wasted thinking. How much time do we spend on wasted thinking? And if we can just begin to acknowledge like kind of the source of it, where it's coming from, and ask some of those basic questions. Is it true? How does this serve me? Is it something I want to let go of? Or just anchoring in the facts around a story or something that's going on in our head. Oftentimes we get very caught up in emotions. And if we just kind of strip it away down to the facts, it helps to minimize the noise.
I think that's a great winning strategy. So Jane, as we look to wrap up today's conversation, is there anything else you'd like to leave our audience with?
Yeah, I think also look at your external environment, right? And what are some things that you can do to kind of minimize the noise based on your external environment? Distractions on your desk, social media, how often do you engage in it? And does it create some of that stinking thinking, some of that comparison? And, minimize that. So how can you also create some simplicity within your life, declutter, if you will, in order to declutter the mind?
Awesome. Well, Jane, thanks again for joining us for today's episode.
Thanks so much, Lindsay. Have a great weekend. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.